Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Bachelor Nation News fans. Nearly 2 months after the Golden Bachelor star Mel Owens made controversial ageist comments about the potential women in his cast, he's breaking his silence about the backlash against him. On an episode of the In the Trenches podcast, Mel, a 66-year-old NFL player turned lawyer and divorced dad of 2 teenage sons, stated that he told the Golden Bachelor producers that he only wanted to date women who were aged 45 to 60 and that he'd cut anyone over the age of 60 from the cast. In addition, Mel shared that he didn't want anyone with artificial hips or wigs to join the Golden Bachelor Season 2. Mel's comments were met with outrage from Bachelor Nation fans who didn't understand why he was cast if he didn't want to go along with the premise of the show. Some even called for his firing, but the Golden Bachelor Season 2 filming has already begun with Mel as the lead. Nearly 2 months after the Golden Bachelor star Mel Owens made controversial ageist comments about the women in his cast, he's breaking his silence about the backlash against him. In an interview with Glamour, Mel admitted that he had no idea about the Golden Bachelor age range when he made his controversial comments, and he revealed that he apologized to the women on the show as soon as it began filming. Mel confessed that at the time that he made his ageist remarks, he had no idea that people might be upset by them, but a friend opened his eyes. Mel shared, "My friend called me from Michigan. She's 65 and I went to school with her and she's an attorney and a hotshot for the Big Ten in administration. I didn't know she's also a big fan of The Bachelor. She said to me, 'Mel, no, what are you doing?' She goes, 'I'm reading all about it. I didn't know that it hit that hard.' She goes, 'You've got to right the wrong.' So I listened to her. That's how I found out, basically." Mel confessed that when his friend told him that what he said was insensitive and just not who you are, he told her that his reference of dating was when he was 39 to 40 years old because he hadn't dated in 26 to 27 years. His friend responded that it didn't matter and that he'd said some things that were just incredibly wrong. Mel then said that he realized, "I've got to apologize." He added that he didn't know about the backlash because he's not on much social media. Mel then explained that he signed up for the Golden Bachelor even though he didn't want to date women over the age of 60 because he didn't know anything about the Golden Bachelor ages. "I didn't. I had watched the first show when I was younger, when it first launched or something in 2002, until my son was born. But then when he was born, I didn't watch it anymore. So when these people talk about, hey, this season and that season, I didn't know the age range because I wasn't watching it. I'm thinking to me the age range was 45 to 60. That's my age range. I'm thinking that's the gold years for me." Mel said, "My reference, again, was when I was dating at 39, 40. I hadn't dated in 26 to 27 years, so I had no clue. And that's why I said that comment. I didn't know. And I didn't know that Gary Turner got married and then divorced. I didn't know any of it." Mel also explained that his comment about not wanting women with artificial hips was all part of the reference of age when I made the comment. However, he doesn't actually care if somebody has something like a knee replacement. Mel then addressed the people who are upset about his ageist comments, stating that, "I apologized to the women on the show. When I first walked in, I addressed it. I apologized to them. I said it was unfair, insensitive. I want to earn it. Just give me the chance. And hopefully, these last 2 weeks, I earned some of that back." Mel stated that many of the Golden Bachelor women accepted his apology, but some of them took their revenge on Mel backlash during a roast on the show. He shared, "Yeah, during our one-on-ones, 12 or 15 of them said, 'We appreciate the apology and it meant a lot to us.' And they also had a roast. One of the dates was a roast. It was brutal. They were killing me." Mel revealed some of the details from the roast, stating, "I can't remember all of them, but one said, 'Oh, when Mel was walking with me, he was using me as a cane. And I'm from Detroit, right?' One said, 'Like a Detroit pizza, he's doughy, squishy, square, and crusty.' It was good because I earned that, and I took it, and I deserved it, and it landed squarely on me. They were throwing haymakers. It was good." Mel also shared that the Golden Bachelor has changed his perspective on aging. saying, "I'm absolutely shocked at the women of how active they are. They're brilliant. They're brilliant. It's shocking how brilliant they are. I'm talking about collectively. I have a sister, and I'm at the court, and there's tons of lawyers there, of course, but the things they do, like one was a bomb squad person, and there's a couple dentists, a doctor, a motocross racer, a flight attendant for 40 years. You have all these varied professions, and they're not 40. They're 60, 65, maybe 70. And they go, oh, I'm still working. I'm still writing. I have my practice. So there it is. It's right in front of you." Mel also addressed the rumors that he was being replaced as the Golden Bachelor Season 2 lead, stating that he never believed them. He said, "When people said to me, 'Hey, are you getting replaced?' I go, 'Not that I know of.' And I wasn't, again, actively searching frenetically like, 'Oh my gosh, what's going on?'" Mel admitted that he would have been upset if he'd been fired because of his comments. He shared, "Yeah, looking back on it and looking forward, it's a great experience. It's such a great experience for me, so yeah, I wouldn't have wanted to be recast, but I'm gonna earn it back." Mel said that he'd do that by just being myself and being fair and
Mel
apologetic
also
and
shared
honest.
that he's changed as a person from his Golden Bachelor experience so far. He explained, "I think once I reemerge, because right now I'm in it, I was telling one of the producers, I just can't wait to tell my friends what impact this had on me. I know it's going to be huge. In what ways? I don't know yet. I just know from my experience, because I've done some interesting things, and I know those impact me, and this is going to impact me in a huge way." Mel added that his perspective on what he thought he wanted in a future partner has changed. He said, "Because the age, I'm 66, so when I see my name and I see my age next to it, I'm like, that looks strange, because it belies who I actually am. The spirit has no age. It's true. And also, you can change. That's the key. It is not too late to change." Mel also had a message for people who vowed not to watch the Golden Bachelor Season 2 if he was the lead. He said, "Well, if you don't tune in, you'll never know. So you've got to tune in. And again, I'm trying to earn it back. Watch the show and see if I earn it back. Because I apologized on night 1. You have to be earnest in your work to get the trust back." Mel continued, "Everybody there is smart and they can see through you if you're lying or you don't mean what you say. That's why I say tune in. Hopefully, the show will show that the women that are in their golden years that are doing these amazing things, it's inspirational." Although the Golden Bachelor Season 2 is still filming, Mel is optimistic that he could find his person during the show. He said, "Yeah, could be. There's some wonderful women. They're amazing. There are 5 right now that I really connect with, and I got to find out that they're connecting with me. That's the important part. So my partner could be there. Last night was a rose ceremony, and you have to make some tough decisions. You don't want to see them go because you know their stories. It hurts. I didn't think it would hurt. It hurts." Mel shared that he's already learned a lot from his Golden Bachelor experience. He said, "But it's been such a great experience. It's life-altering for me. I had dinner with Jesse Palmer before the filming began. I go, 'Hey, would you do it over again?' And he goes, 20 out of 20. If someone were to ask me, I'd go, 20 out of 20. It's that good, and I've learned a lot." Mel concluded by once again acknowledging that his ageist comments were wrong. He said, "Those opinions and comments were a mistake by me. It's unfair, it's insensitive, like I said, and I want to earn it back. I have to earn it back every single moment that I'm on the show." What Mel Owens' apology means for the Golden Bachelor. Although it's good to hear that Mel understands that his comments were ageist and offensive, his apology might not be enough for Bachelor Nation. His excuse that he hasn't dated in about 26 years doesn't really make sense because it doesn't explain why he signed up for the Golden Bachelor if he didn't want to date senior women. In addition, Mel was seemingly surprised that women over 60 are still vibrant and vivacious, which is also offensive. This seems to indicate that he doesn't see women like this in his real life, not because they're not there, but because they're invisible to him. Mel didn't value older women until he was forced to acknowledge them on The Golden Bachelor. Mel's apology doesn't automatically mean that Golden Bachelor fans will forgive him and watch the show. It's a turnoff to think that they'll have to watch a 66-year-old man learn that older women are valuable and lovable. Mel's redemption story might actually hurt the show, especially because he didn't even know that what he said was offensive until his friend told him. Our take on Mel Owens' apology for ageist remarks. The fact that Mel didn't even know that his comments were ageist until his friend informed him is such a red flag for me that I still believe that he should have been replaced as the Golden Bachelor. His lack of knowledge of the show is also a big problem. Golden Bachelor fans already know and expect that the women will be shown in a positive light on the show, and Mel's surprise about their liveliness is infuriating. Also, while I'm glad that the Golden Bachelor allowed the women to roast Mel, the concept defeats the purpose of the show, which is for him to find love. The women have every right to put him on the spot after what he said, but it's questionable if a strong relationship can thrive after he made such disrespectful remarks. I find it very offensive and astonishing that Mel didn't know until he met the women that seniors could be active, energetic, and full of life. It seems that he's discounted older women his whole life, and I really don't watch his revelation that they're worth dating. The Golden Bachelor Season 2 women deserved better, and I wish that Mel had been
pans
replaced.
over a quiet, snow-dusted Michigan street, early evening light filtering through bare trees. Inside a modest living room, Mel Owens sits, hands folded over his knees, eyes fixed on a point somewhere between the floor and the horizon. There's a calmness about him, but if you look closer, there's a storm of thought swirling beneath the surface. After weeks of speculation, rumor, and late-night social media debates, Mel Owens, the man who charmed viewers as the Golden Bachelor, has finally decided to break his silence. "I've been quiet," he begins, voice steady but soft, almost as if weighing each word, "because there's a lot to process. And I wanted to understand it all myself before speaking." The words carry the weight of a man who's not just addressing fans, but the entire narrative of a season that's been under fire. Controversy had erupted mid-season, when a few moments, the kind reality shows often gloss over, exploded online. Critics questioned whether the magic of Season 1 could survive this second installment. Social media was flooded with passionate opinions, theories, and some harsh accusations. Headlines suggested Mel had destroyed the romance, changed the chemistry, and even ruined the show for good. It was a storm no one could have predicted, and for Mel, it was intensely personal. "I've been quiet," he admits, "because there's a lot to process, and I wanted to understand it all myself before speaking." The words carry the weight of a man who's not just addressing fans, but the entire narrative of a season that's been under fire. Critics questioned whether the magic of Season 1 could survive this second installment. Social media was flooded with passionate opinions, theories, and some harsh accusations. Headlines suggested Mel had destroyed the romance, changed the chemistry, and even ruined the show for good. It was a storm no one could have predicted, and for Mel, it was intensely personal. "I've never expected it to feel this personal," he admits. "It's one thing to know people will talk. It's another to see people dissect your heart in public, your intentions, your feelings, your decisions. That hits differently." Mel's reflection is candid. He talks about the pressure of balancing genuine connection with the expectations of an audience hungry for drama. He recalls moments of laughter, quiet glances across candlelit dinners, and late-night talks that viewers never saw. "There's a lot more that goes into this than the final rose ceremony," he says. "We're not just performing, we're living, in the truest sense, with all the uncertainty, fear, and hope that comes with love." He pauses, letting the room's silence fill the space. "And yes, some choices didn't land the way we hoped. Some moments were edited in ways that made the narrative seem harsher than reality. That's the nature of TV. But it doesn't change the truth of the experiences we shared.
Then, with a quiet intensity, he opens up about the emotional impact the season had on him personally. This show, it teaches you about yourself, about your capacity to trust, to be vulnerable, to forgive. I've learned more about who I am in the past few months than in years before. He leans forward, voice firm now, and while controversy can sting, it also reminds me of something crucial. My story isn't just for the cameras or the headlines, it's my story and I stand by it. For many fans, these words are a revelation. Here is the Golden Bachelor, stripped of the show's glittering veneer, revealing the human inside the television persona. He talks about the connections that endured behind the scenes, the friendships, laughter, and even the heartbreak. He acknowledges that not every contestant left with a happily ever after, and that's reality. Love is messy, complicated, and sometimes it doesn't look like what you hoped on paper, but every moment matters, he says. The conversation turns to the fallout of the controversy. Social media debates, leaked spoilers, and endless speculation had put a strain not just on Mel, but on the contestants as well. I've felt the weight of everyone's opinions, and it's heavy, he admits. But I've also learned to separate what's constructive from what's noise. And I think that's an important lesson for everyone watching, too. In the final moments of the interview, Mel's tone shifts, a mixture of resolve and gentle warmth. I hope people remember that this show isn't just about roses or drama, it's about human connection. And even amid controversy, that connection is real. The laughter, the tears, the quiet moments where no cameras are rolling, those are what stay with you. He leans back, a faint smile playing at his lips. So yes, the season had its challenges. Yes, some of the magic felt different. But the impact, it's profound. On me, on the contestants, and hopefully on anyone watching who's ever wondered about love, risk, and opening your heart. As the camera fades to black, the room remains quiet, yet Mel's words echo, a reminder that behind the controversy and headlines, a human heart continues to navigate the messy, beautiful, unpredictable journey of love.